Reading from the 16th Ode of Solomon. As the occupation of the flowman is the flowshare, and the occupation of the helmsman is the steering of the ship, so also my occupation is the psalm of the Lord by his hymns. My art and my service are in his hymns, because his love has nourished my heart, and his fruits he poured unto my lips. For my love is the Lord, hence I will sing unto him. For I am strengthened by his praises, and I have faith in him. I will open my mouth, and his spirit will speak through me, the glory of the Lord and his beauty, the work of his hands and the labor of his fingers, for the multitude of his mercies and the strength of his word. For the word of the Lord investigates that which is invisible and reveals his thought. For the eye sees his works and the ear hears his thought. It is he who made the earth broad and placed the waters in the sea. He expanded the heaven and fixed the stars. And he fixed the creation and set it up. Then he rested from his work and created things run according to their courses and work their works, for they can never cease nor fail. And the hosts are subject to his word. The reservoir of light is the sun, and the reservoir of darkness is the night. For he made the sun for the day, and that it will be light, but night brings darkness over the face of the earth. And by their portion, one from the other, they complete the beauty of God. And there is nothing outside of the Lord, because he was before anything came to be. And the worlds are by his word and by the thought of his heart.
This morning's reading continues from the Prophecy to the Races of Man. The prophets of the Hebrew religion were men inspired for a time and a day by God. The larger portion of their predictions have come to pass. Many of the ancients were inflamed with visions and symbols of the destruction of the temple and the city of Jerusalem, and with the dispersal of the Jewish population shortly following the passing of Jesus. But I say unto you, there is much more to the world than the old Hebrew people and their city. As Messiah, God is concerned with the whole world and with the fulfillment of the church. Therefore, I, your fellow servant and child of God, reveal unto thee a prophecy to be given unto all the churches of the Christian community, for the illumination of those men and women of light who would do God's will in the last age of the world. I do this that the righteous might be enlightened, for the modern church labors under apostasy, having fallen away from the teachings of Jesus, the enlightened of God, come as the person of Christ to the ancients. Jesus and the apostles of his church, the resurrected in God's light, would speak out to the modern Christian communities. Because no one returns to the world in flesh, God has sent a little child to teach for a time, come in the person of Christ. And God would have all men and women know that those of Christ are of one body, of one mind, and of one spirit. Therefore, let all Christians know that the inspiration of this religion of light, which has come to fulfill Christianity, is of God. The child is a messenger of God. The true Christ is the light of God's Son. And let all the churches know that a holy child who walked among men and women is the patron of the new community to be established on earth. Let it be known that the races of man must break from tradition, letting go of the old ways and making new way for the new. And in this way, this new religion shall be universal, it being the fulfilled church promised by the ancient prophets. And the child as Christ would inspire the world to build a new church which will know God. For God is Messiah. He manifests to all people in the light of his new Son. And within this light, men and women may partake of their divine nature and their immortality. And God shall govern the whole world through the establishment of his new church wedded to his Son. Therefore, prophesy unto all Christians from every country and from every church that God shall gather a chosen and holy race into one body of Christ, which is God's light incarnate in the mind and the body of man, so that the old church may be fulfilled. And this shall be a church of God. And God shall enlighten his people with the light of his eternal mind and cleanse them from their earthly ways. And God shall fill their hearts with love and their spirits with a knowledge of godly things. And man shall walk with God in fellowship in the light. And God shall make everyone understand that he is a child of God, made in his image, which is light. And by these means, man and woman will return to the Godhead, generation after generation, until all flesh is put away, and man is clothed with a pure garment of light, which shall be an eternal body.